Fair to say that it's not been the very best of years, really, when you think about it, for the former royal known as the Duke of Sussex, Prince Harry. I mean, it started off very badly, didn't it, of course, with Vanity Fair and that, some people say, hijacking job about exactly how unsuccessful they've been. That was very quickly followed by some wild accusations, apparently all refuted by the former prince, with regards to Centre Barley and, if you remember, Dr. Sophie Chenduka. And the problem is the bad PR just keeps on sticking. And the problem that you have with that on a bigger scale, seriously, is that, then it does affect all areas of other, points of your life. The brands, the good things that you want people to notice. Recently Harry donated over some money to a charity in Nottingham, in the very heart of course, the Midlands in the United Kingdom. It barely caused a ripple because people just kind of think, because the bad PR is bigger than the good things that you're trying to achieve. I'm not defending, I'm just saying exactly how it is. Worked in this job a long time. And now, of course, you've got a problem. You see, the problem is the biggest passion of your life, if you like, the one that you want people to totally take notice of, is none other than this, the very heart of Invictus. But even that earlier this year turned into something of a shambles, if you remember. This was all down to the fact that Meghan Markle appeared, stole the limelight, went on the back of a golf cart, waved to the minions and then disappeared because she had to get back home to look after her children. Turns out, in fact, she had to dash back to kickstart all the Instagram charade, right? So you have another big problem. Now, this one is going to be very difficult to get over. As ever, let me explain. Chums, lovely to see you today. Thank you so much for joining me as ever. And by the way, I don't know if you saw this news, but apparently, yes, shock horror, the hardest working royal of the last year apparently is not the Princess Royal, Princess Anne. I bet she was fizzing. No, she was beaten by her brother, of course, His Majesty the King. But you see, here's the thing, right? King Charles has done well, no two ways about it. But here's the thing, let's be blunt. Princess Anne had a bit of time out, if you remember, with that terrible sort of problem with the horse and all of that. So that really slowed her down. And then she had the recovery. She is still, I would say, the hardest working royal because she fits in more engagements than many others that I know. As many know who watch this show on a regular basis, I love Princess Anne. She's just no nonsense. She's the sort of person, if somebody goes in a room and she says, no, we'll just do this, you go, yeah, okay, because she's going to know, And that's the thing, isn't it? You just want decisive people, very much like her late father, I believe, His Royal Highness the Duke of Edinburgh, Prince Philip. Now, maybe there's some common sense need knocking into their heads here, because your problem that you've now got for Harry, and this is always going to come back and haunt him really, is where do you go when things are going dramatically wrong? It's all very well Meghan trying to flog jams and talk about opening hotels to become the brand new Leona Helmsley, etc. But there's nothing really concrete. Everything's a bit of a shambles, and you can dress it up any which way you want. What's fascinating, I find, is this. You see, Harry now has a dilemma because in around about 18 months' time, we will be looking over here in the United Kingdom to try and swell the coffers if we can find any money to get that particular council out of debt, which is Birmingham, for the Invictus over here. They're going to be hosting it. But the problem that they have, and this is a very serious problem, and as ever we have to say allegedly, it would be like that for one reason. You see, the Invictus people will find this very embarrassing. Here we are in the United Kingdom, the home of the British royal family. And if Harry and his family have still not kissed and made up at that point, it becomes tricky. Because ultimately you would want real royals at the event. You would certainly like His Majesty the King, Queen Camilla, and of course the Prince and Princess of Wales. Now they can be invited, but of course the elephant in the room is going to be if Harry sat there on one side and they're sat there on the other. It doesn't look good. I've been told from an excellent source, and as ever I have to say allegedly, that Harry is now being pushed forward to try and get some kind of reconciliation going because of course they know that this will play out badly. And rather than the focus being on the games and all the good things that the veterans do, it will be all about a family squabble. Now, of course, if, say, for instance, the Prince and Princess of Wales don't attend, or His Majesty the King, they look like sour grapes, but it's really not up to them. I'm sure if they get an invite, and of course, if this was suggested, no doubt, by the government, who could do with swelling the coffers at an event like that, they would certainly attend. But then, where would that leave Harry? And Meghan apparently can't come back here because she doesn't feel safe. So already they've created drama around them. Hence the reason Harry is very much trying to plot, scheme and think of a way of at least reconnecting on a public level with his elder brother, the Prince of Wales. Truly, this is a developing story. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.